thank you for attending this month's Technology Innovation Office Hours. First of all, we really appreciate everyone's interest and hope you find this very informative. We'll cover our programs and then feature presentations, which will be from, we have a few of them today. We have the Commission Science, Innovation, and Technology. We like to call it CSIT. Judith Maku will be talking about the grants and voucher programs that are available. Jermaine will speak on the certification for women and minority-owned business and touch on the importance of starting the process to get your tax clearance certificate in order. And closing out the office hours will be founders and funders with Grace. And also for the venture funds, it will be Lexi. Just as Caitlin mentioned, a little housekeeping. If you have questions, please send it through the questions at the bottom of your screen, and we will get to them later. And also, we ask you to keep your questions pretty general. If you want to talk about something in particular about your company, please feel free to reach out to us through our innovation boxes or through us individually, and we'll get to them. Please. Hopefully you'll enjoy this, and moving right along. Go ahead, Daniela. First of all, you'll see here is our great team. Clark Smith is director. I'm the manager. Sarah Cadu, who's not here today, senior officer, and Christopher Shires, he's here today. Bria and Abdu, and then we have our summer interns, Saeed, Varun, and Daniela. We're going to go over some of our programs today, and it's just going to be on a high level. And if it's something that you're interested in, please, as I said, please reach out and we'll go more in depth in them. Next slide. So the first program today is the Angel Tax Credit Program. Now, this program provides a refundable tax credit on investments into qualifying companies. So refundable means you can receive back cash for the credit, or it comes right off your New Jersey state taxes. For companies to be eligible, they must have at least one full-time employee, and 75% of all employees must be in New Jersey. They have to be working on an eligible technology, and there's so many technology that can be included, but basically you look at it for what can't be included. So we're looking at like brick and mortar businesses, service businesses, so they can't really be included in this. For the investment, it's a non-refundable tax transfer of cash. Examples are forms of equity, convertible notes, not at first, but once it converts over, you can definitely take advantage of that, and safes at the investor discretion based on the agreement at closing or on conversion. There's a maximum of $500,000 tax credit allowed per qualified investment. And please keep in mind a couple of things. There's a 6-month window from the date of investment to the date of application must be submitted. So that's very important to keep in mind. And on this one here, we do have bonuses for women and minority-owned businesses or businesses in the opportunity zone. Next slide. The NOL program, we like to call that the NOL program, but if you're going to look on the website, it's referred to the Technology Business Tax Certificate Transfer Program, but it is our NOL program. The NOL program allows tech and biotechs to sell off tax offsets that would be created by their net operating losses and their R&D losses. So a company's New Jersey net operating losses or R&D tax credits may be sold for cash. Typically, you can sell these from 88 cents to 94 cents on the dollar with a minimum price of 80 cents on the dollar. There's a minimum requirement for employees in New Jersey, so please pay close attention to that. It's based on the company's, how long it's been in existence. So 1 full-time employee, less than 3 years. 5 full-time employees, 3 to 5 years, and 10 full-time employees when you're more than 5 years. Additionally, please keep in mind companies should have an IP or copyright product. Also, CPA prepared financial statements and 2 consecutive years of operating losses. The benefit is capped at $20 million per business and in their lifetime. And this is one of our older programs that we have, and it's been quite successful. And it's opened from beginning of May to the end of June. So we just closed off for this year. The New Jersey Entrepreneur Support Program. Next slide. This is a guarantee that may help you receive funding from your investors. It offers a 1-year guarantee on the investor loan. It could be a convertible note or a bridge loan from 1 year from the date of the note. The guarantee covers up to 80% of the total maximum amount of $400,000. Think of this as insurance. If at the end of the term, the company is unable to repay the note or the loan, or they're out of business, when they're out of business, the NJEDA could step in, paying out 80% of the remaining amount to the investor. But please keep in mind, the note is then transferred from the investor to the EDA, taking over the underlying note with the company as a borrower. The loan must be at least 1 year with no repayments in the first year and unsecured. And some requirements for the company: they need to have office space in New Jersey. We could look at co-working space, but a home office will not work. At least one founder, C-suite executive in New Jersey, and they have to have 50% of your employees in New Jersey. You have to have one employee on payroll, and you have to be within the targeted industries. And on our website, it will show the targeted industries. Next slide, please. Next, we have the Angel Match program. It is a direct investment into the company. Under this program, the EDA will match 2 external investors up to $500,000. The EDA investment is in the form of a convertible note. It's a 10-year note and no payments for 7 years at an interest rate of 3%. And we will match 1-to-1. Angels and funds are eligible for individuals that are high net worth. You have to have a minimum of $100,000 in trailing revenue, and you have to have 50% of your employees in New Jersey, with at least 2 founders, or a founder and a co-founder, or in the C-suite in New Jersey. And we'll match up to $500,000 on that. The other one that's very popular right now is the NJ Accelerate. There are 10 approved accelerators in New Jersey that are approved with the EDA. They're not all in New Jersey. Some of them in New Jersey, but most of them are outside of New Jersey. Each of these accelerators have a sector they're focused on. And we believe one of the areas that helps startups to have is an ecosystem that supports the founders. So we feel the accelerator model really does that. Each accelerator has a structured program that involves a mentor, subject matter experts, and a set of curriculum. In addition to this, they may offer cash. The EDA will then match that cash and up to $250,000. And there are bonuses if it is a women minority-owned business. And we will match it on a convertible note. Again, it is a 10-year note, no payments for 7 years, and the interest rate is 3%. So at the end of the day, we figured that there is an exit plan in place. Also, the graduates of these cohorts can also benefit from some rental grants. The other programs that we're going to discuss later on, Grace and Lexi, is the Founders and Funders. Grace will go more into detail. The Golden Seeds is a program where we're investing with the women entrepreneurs. The NGA Evergreen Fund, Innovation Evergreen Fund, really helps out businesses, and we co-invest with those funds. And then there's other focus funds that Lexi will go over. I'm going to hand it over now to Maku from the Commission on Science, Innovation, and Technology, and she's going to talk about their grants and their vouchers.
Thank you, Monica. It's great to meet everyone. So CSIT, NJCSIT, the commission works very closely with EDA. We work with very early stage companies, companies that are still in their research and development phase, companies that are still developing their technologies or innovation to really de-risk their product so they can then go after additional investments and opportunities that EDA provides. And who are some of our, and when we say small, what do we mean? Well, across the board, if your company has less than 50 employees, if they have at least 1 to 2 full-time employees, if they're making less than or equal to 5 million in prior year revenue, that roughly explains the profile of the companies. Some of the other standard eligibility requirements across all of our programs is that at least, again, 50% of the employees have to be working in New Jersey, and you have to, of course, be a registered New Jersey company. Our programs are pretty straightforward. We provide non-dilutive grants only. We don't do tax incentive programs or loan programs as EDA does. So we have pretty amazing grant programs. They're in 3 categories: voucher, seed grants. We also have specialized grants such as demonstration grants and SBIR grants. Our voucher grants, which Monica mentioned, they are typically in 2 pathways. If you're a clean tech company or if you're a catalyst company, which are all other industry sectors, life science, technology, so forth, you can apply in the catalyst category. These are vouchers up to $40,000. They're on a rolling basis to utilize specialized equipment at core facilities throughout the state. So this is at many of our research universities and federal labs throughout the state. If you are looking for specialized equipment, you have to test or validate your technology. If you are looking for special databases that you don't have access to, or if you need to even analyze some of the data that you're collecting, you can partner with one of our core facilities, utilize their facility, and offset the cost with our $40,000 voucher program. So it's really an amazing program. You can reapply every 12 months. It's a rolling program. And you just have to, again, make sure you meet at least the standard eligibility requirements. Then we have a selection of seed grants. Again, they're in 2 pathways. There's a clean tech and there's a catalyst. Now they can be between 75,000 up to 150,000, depending on your industry area. Now these dollars go directly to the company, again, to advance the development of your technology. It can go towards buying materials. It should go towards the majority of your R&D work. But it can also go towards marketing, IP, or licensing a certain percentage of it. If you're, again, in that space, these are competitive grants, unlike the voucher, which can be approved on a rolling basis. These applications are reviewed by subject matter experts, and they are scored internally. Some of our specialized seed grants that are open right now, we have a maternal and infant health grant. These are specifically for companies developing technologies that are addressing maternal and infant health challenges throughout the state. The state is very driven to address some of these challenges, and there are many companies that are doing great work in this. If you're in the life science, technology, or non-retail food and beverage space, you're eligible to apply right now for this $75,000 grant program. It closes next week, Friday, so the 26th at 5 p.m. I'm happy to have any, sidebar conversations on the application, but if you're doing work in this space, we absolutely encourage you to apply. We also have other specialty seed grants as like food and ag, which recently closed. And also I mentioned a demonstration grant on the clean tech pilot side that did also recently close. These are for clean tech companies that have a prototype and they're ready to demonstrate it in a real world setting. The last area is SBIR. For those that are going after federal R&D dollars, this is the Small Business Innovation Research Grant. It's offered by multiple federal agencies, NIH, NSF, DOE, DOD. These are really amazing grants for companies that have received the phase one. They are eligible for $25,000 from our program, our SBIR STTR program. Companies that have applied for the phase two are eligible for $50,000. So again, this is dependent on your federal proposal and your grant status on the federal side. There are a few other on the next slide is our contact information. If you have any questions on any of these programs, feel free to contact. I'm joined by my executive director, Judah Sheff, on the call, and a few of our amazing program officers. We're happy to answer any questions. But again, the voucher is currently open. The SBIR grants are open, and the maternal and infant health grant is currently open. So we encourage you all to apply, and we look forward to any questions that you may have.
Thank you, Maku. Next up, we have Jermaine.
Listen, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for making a value-based decision to join us and partake in here of all of these wonderful things that are happening. We want to make sure as many people are aware of these programs and offers of assistance, if you will, as possible. As you can see in front of you, my name is Jermaine Farms. I'm Director of Business Development and Diversity, specifically in line of how EDA is doing for products, programs, how we're doing with contract on major projects like our New Jersey Windport projects, how we handle supplier diversity, and pretty much anything else that comes up in our universe, right? Because everyone at EDA is balancing the new changes that we have coming daily. This agency is always forward. Our leadership, this administration is always forward about how do we help? What space do we need to be in? Who are we connecting with? All of this is very important. So again, thank you for joining us. My entry into this presentation is to make sure that we stay way ahead of the value in going for these diversity bonuses if they're applicable to you, and also doing the paperwork associated with getting the stuff you need to try to achieve those bonuses, especially in the women minority categories. In some of our other programs, we have veteran as well. But there has to be a specific focus on making sure that you apply with the state of New Jersey Department of Treasury. That is the certification that we are going to be looking at because you're applying for state programs and funding. So we're looking at making sure you have the certification for the New Jersey Department of Treasury, if it's minority, whether it's woman, whether it's veteran or service disabled veteran, or any of the categories that would be applicable for a bonus. We want to make sure that you're lined up there, right? One, the paperwork can be a little overwhelming. That's one. The other thing is there is some time that is going to, elapse during the evaluation period. So we want to make sure the importance of going for the bonus and then having the associated paperwork is taken seriously at the time that you're going to go for these things. So you're not, coming to the finish line still looking to have the things you need to prove to the agency or for any respective program that you don't have the paperwork, right? And we don't want you to fall into that category. So my information is specifically here as back-end support to make sure, one, you understand what you're applying for, some of the things that you would need to provide to Treasury, making sure that you get it to Treasury in a timely manner, and to cover those types of things and maybe answer some questions that might not readily be available, especially for people that have never gone through a certification process, don't know what it is, don't know why they should do it, don't understand the value, and things of that nature. The other thing I want to touch on in this window why I have it is a tax clearance certificate. You're going to apply for programs, you need to have a tax clearance certificate. Again, want to stress the value in making sure that you are applying for these things in a timely manner. We have so many programs and we have so many people applying for certifications and tax clearance certificates for a multitude of things, not just even in the lanes for what we offer. So I'm specifically here, my information is here specifically so you understand that when you encounter this, that you do have support to try to get you to the finish line. This is very important, and you can ask people that have gone through our process. You know, we want to make sure that you have every availability to try to apply in a timely manner and put your best foot forward to try and get whatever it is you're trying to gain from these respective opportunities. So please make sure if you're someone that's applying for one of our programs and you fit one of the categories that can obtain a bonus, please feel free to reach out. That's what the information is for. That's what the support is for. And we want to make sure that you have every opportunity to put your best foot forward. So I will yield my time at that point, but I want to thank my colleagues for making sure that we are part of this journey and making sure that we're able to let all of our respective applicants know that the necessary support is there to make sure they have every opportunity to explore what's in front of them. So thank you again for joining us. We know today was a little bit of a different day with technology glitches and other things happening. We're glad that you were able to log in and be a part of this and get all of this valuable information. Thank you.
Thank you, Jermaine. That's really important. There are some of our programs that do have those minority and women-owned business, perks in there. So I want to make sure that people are registered. I will let you know that you need to have those certifications in place at time of applications. So keep that in mind when you're looking at our programs. I see that there are some questions, and we'll get to them at the end. So don't worry, we won't forget you. We'll go ahead with Grace, who will be talking about founders and funders.
Awesome. Thank you, Monica. And thanks everyone for being here today. Just want to quickly introduce an event-based program that we have at the NJDA called the New Jersey Founders and Funders event. We host it twice per year, every year, and have been doing so since 2014. It's an in-person networking event that helps to introduce entrepreneurs to investors. We have a really beautiful mix of angel venture capital and corporate venture capital investors who attend regularly, and companies always come net new. The event is offered in person only and is for a full day. And all the attendees get a schedule of meetings that our team helps to create and match based on your profile and the investor's profile. And you can expect to meet between 8 and 12 investors at this event for quick one-on-one 10-minute pitches. A lot of folks who have attended previously have seen success from their connections made. And the next opportunity to apply and attend is going to be early 2025. The applications are
Oh, Grace?
Yeah.
We couldn't hear you. Go ahead.
Sorry about that. Yeah. So the next opportunity to attend will be early in 2025, and the registrations are always rolling. And so the link is down here at the bottom that you can apply now to be considered for the next event. I think I have one more slide on. So throughout the past events, we've hosted over 75 investors and 400 companies. With each event, there's approximately 250 meetings that arrange, and throughout the lifetime of the program, we arranged over 3,000 introductions between entrepreneurs and investors. The event is completely free for both entrepreneurs and investors to attend, and you get the opportunity to meet between 8 and 12 investors who meet your industry and your investment needs. And from the previous events that we've had, over 90% of people who have participated have had additional follow-up meetings with investors that they've met at the event. And if you are a company who is interested in registering to attend, all you need to have is a New Jersey business registration, and you need to provide a 1 to 2 page executive summary on your company. And you can register at any time on the link right there down below. And when we're beginning to plan for the spring 2025 event, someone from our team will reach out. And this is just a little bit of an example from previous events, the mix between venture capital, corporate venture capital, and angel investors that we see. And the type of companies that usually attend span life sciences, financial services, technology, manufacturing, and clean energy. So from our last event, attendees reported an average of 6 follow-up meetings with investors that they had following the conclusion of the event.
Thank you. Thank you, Grace. Lexi?
Hi, thank you, Monica. Thank you, Grace, for that great introduction on founders and funders. So I'm here to talk a little bit about venture investing. We have a lot of relationships with angel investors. We are a corporate member of Golden Seeds. Golden Seeds supports female entrepreneurs. It doesn't have to be exclusively female. We really like the diversity. So if it's a female in the C-suite with an equity position as well as an impactful role in the day-to-day decisions, that would qualify. We also have 2 places to go if you qualify for venture funding. So number 1, we have a program called Evergreen Fund. We raise those funds by selling New Jersey tax credits to profitable corporations. It is going to be ultimately a $300 million fund. We're going to raise 50 million or so each year for 6 years. We have had our first year. There is a list on our website of the VCs that we have partnered with. And if you can get the VC to invest in you, a price round, we will invest in you as well through that fund. And we will match up to $5 million. And if you're female or diverse or in an opportunity zone, we can do up to $6.25 million. So thank you so much. So that is the Evergreen Fund, the Innovation Evergreen Fund. And the one that we have here is the SSBCI funds. That is federal funds that we got that we have put into several different buckets, but this is a venture fund driven bucket. We have 2 funds, one for life sciences, healthcare, and the other, which is $60 million. And the other one is SETI funds, which is $20 million. And SETI stands for Socially, Economically Disadvantaged Individuals. And so that can be judged by a minority, a female, as well as, it's not exactly called an opportunity zone, but they are areas that need some, economic development. So in our $60 million, how we pick our entrepreneurs through this is also by using the venture funds. So for the life science, we have a partnership with Signet Healthcare Partners. They are a private equity firm. They are based in New York. They are more Series B and C. And the other one, which we haven't finalized the contracts with yet, we certainly are hoping to sign the contracts with them. It's Tech Council Venture, and they do earlier stage. They spend $1 million to $3 million, $1 million to $500,000 to $3.5 million, like that, in a Series A funding, and they are. If you can get them to invest in you, your life science, the definition of life science and healthcare is very broad. It even includes animals, animal solutions. So you can, if you can get them, we will match up to $5 million, 1 for 1, with these 2 life sciences. On the SETI side, we also haven't signed the contract yet, but we're very close. One is Generator, and then the other is Include Ventures, and they are both very active in minority-based investing. And if they are interested in investing in you, and of course you qualify as a New Jersey company, we will be happy to work with you to get an additional investment done from our SSBCI program. And I think I am the last one. I'm the last one between you and the weekend. So I'm going to kick it back to you, Monica. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Thank you. Thank you so much. There are some questions that I want to get to. Give me 1 second. Let me see if I can get there.
Sure, I can go ahead and ask questions.
Okay, go ahead.
This one is for CSIT. They're asking if a company is establishing a new packaging line in the pharma space, would that be a qualifying industry?
A new packaging line in the pharma space. So we do have the voucher program would be great. We work with if they're we work with like the Rutgers Food and Innovation Center. They do a lot of this work, including packaging. And it's possible that they could leverage a seed grant on the Catalyst side. We're still trying to see when that next round would launch and what category it would launch in. But yeah, they would absolutely qualify for a voucher.
And let me just augment what Maku said. CSIT grants are all around research and development activities. There's other programs on the EDA side that certainly were not talked about today, that if someone is putting in a new manufacturing facility, there may be grants associated with that on the EDA side, such as the manufacturing voucher program if they're purchasing equipment to stand up a manufacturing line for doing packaging. But CSIT grants are all around research and development activities.
Right. So in like the development of the package themselves or in that framework. Yeah.
Thanks, Marco and Judith. The next question is regarding a company. If it's incorporated in Delaware as a Delaware C Corp, would they need to create a new New Jersey C Corp to be eligible for NJEDA programs? Monica, would you like to address that?
Sure. You do not have to be incorporated in New Jersey. Most of our companies that we work with are incorporated in Delaware. You have to be registered to do business in New Jersey. So those are the things that's important. And there is a process to do that. You have to make sure you do it correctly. You have to be registered as a foreign entity to do business in New Jersey. Once you do that, the next step is that you need to get a tax clearance certificate. And that's a process on its own. When you're dealing with the NJEDA, you need to have that tax clearance certificate.
Thanks, Monica. So the next question is for Lexi. Can you please share a few locations eligible for SETI funding?
Off the top of my head, Camden, Patterson, even parts of Newark don't qualify, so you really have to be exact. If you have a zip code, my email is on there. If you have a zip code, just email. Thank you. Thanks a lot. Just email me the zip code and I can tell you if they qualify or not. Happy to help. And please identify that this is a follow-up from our office hours.
Thanks, Lexi. Then we just have one more question, and this is more generally about the use of funds. So Monica, if you could address that.
Sure.
A company is asking around funds for sales and marketing. So if we could talk about some of our
Sure. Very good question. All of our monies that we are giving out or matching, it need to be used for working capital. So definitely, for sales force, marketing, anything like that. It's not for so much for buying a piece of manufacturing equipment or anything like that, but it's definitely working capital that you need to have to get to the next level. So definitely hiring staff, marketing, training, anything like that would work.
Great, thank you. Last question for Grace. For the fall 2024 All-Stars Founders and Funders event, startups that attended prior events, can they participate?
Correct. Yeah, so that'll be opportunities for people who have attended previous events to come back and participate. If it's a company who's never attended before, the first opportunity for them to participate will be in spring of 2025.
Okay, thank you.
Are those, is that website on the Founders and Funders page too? Is for the fall one and the spring one?
The fall one is not up yet, but as soon as it is, we'll reach out to people who've attended previous events and share it with them.
Perfect. Great. I think that is. Thank you, Faria. I believe that is it. We have a monthly office hours. We rotated between North Brunswick and Newark for in-person, and we do on the offset, we do a virtual office hours. Our next one will be in Newark in September. We're going to take a break in August. We find that that's a month that people that tend to go away on vacation. So hopefully we will see you in September. And then, as Caitlin said, we're going to be putting the presentation on our office hours landing page. Please visit the page, and also the recording will be up too. Thank you.